Hi, everybody. So my cat decided to join us, and I also have my dog over there. So I am redoing this video because I did it yesterday, and I believe that I have a higher energy and message that I want to give you all that I believe it can be upgraded. Happy 21st today. Happy winter solstice to everybody. I am just feeling the energies. I had a trouble sleeping last night, and that is just kind of my cue of the high energies coming through. I am kind of vibrating today, so good energy to present today and to offer you. So today I want to talk about resistance and opening up to more of that heart energy when we are doing any activity. So in the old earth system, we would do a project, do an activity, and it was believed that it was a set of do this and do that and do this. You know, there was a set agenda and structure to it, a step-by-step process. And if you did that step-by-step process, you would get a certain result. But the rules are changing, and we can have a higher result and less problems. So I want you to ask yourself, just reflecting, how is your life going? How much do you feel that you are in the flow? So when we're in the flow, it feels like you're moving forward. It feels you're not feeling stuck. You're feeling like you're moving forward, and you have a direction, and you have a calling, and you have a motivation. But what most people do is that they act from an empty battery. They act physically from the mind, from the ego, and work from a 3D empty battery. But what we want to do is we want to fill our batteries so then we can momentum forward. We skip the step of doing this. We skip the step of building the energy, and we skip to the doing stage. The whatever we think we're doing, the plans, the projects, we act from that. But we need to build the energy first. So I have been getting a lot of messages about it's not what we're doing, but how we're doing it. So I used to align with there's, 4D, 5D activities, and then there's 3D activities. But what I'm being told is that it's not about that. It's actually about the energy behind it. So it's not, there's certain activities. So let's say somebody was working on cars. Somebody could work on cars with a very heart-based energy of the 5D or 4D energy. But then some people would work on cars and it would just be from a 3D energy. Like a very flat, what am I going to get out of this? I need to make it work. And that masculine energy. So I am wanting to help you understand that we need to go inward, and we need to focus on that energy first to build our momentum. That's going to guide us and guide us towards our mission. So we have this idea a lot of times that we have this destiny, we have this mission, we have this specific thing that we're supposed to be doing. Now, we do have some basic kind of understanding that we're supposed to be of service, but there really isn't any specific thing that we are needing to do. And if we don't do that, then we're failing. It is that energy that is really why we're here, is to understand the energy of service, the energy of spirit. And this is also about understanding ourselves on a multidimensional level to bring it into the 3D. It's about merging with our higher self, bringing in the energy of the higher self into the body and into then the world. So it's sort of like we need to build that energy by calling it in from a higher source, from our higher self, into the body and into the mind, to understand it and to merge it in our heart. And then we act, then we express it in whatever way we choose. It's all free will. It's whatever we choose in a creation. What do we want to create? There is nothing right and wrong here about what we create, as in maybe we have thought in the past there was a right or wrong way to create. There's no right or wrong. It's what is the energy behind it? And we need to use our heart discernment as well, because when we go about in the world, there might be certain things that are of the heart and some things that are not. So that's why it's challenging, because such as inventions, there's a lot of technology going on lately, right, coming out. And the thing is, where is that coming from? Is it coming from the heart? Is it coming from the higher realm brought down? Or is it coming from the 3D and stuck in the old matrix system to keep us limited? Are we coming from a growth and expansion of bringing in new knowledge and new understanding? Or is it meant to keep us stagnant? So we need to ask these questions. So if we're looking for a flow in our life, if we're looking for direction and motivation and inspiration, we need to come from this understanding of bringing in from the higher mind, the higher source, and the higher consciousness. And we are that consciousness. That's the thing. This is all an illusion. There is no separation. We are that higher consciousness, and we need to bring it through and to understand it. That is why we're here. We're here to experience limitation, but then overcome limitation by understanding that we're not that limitation. So movement and energy in that flow is like, it's like a river that we're on, and we need to remove the blocks. The current will pull us, the current will direct us, and our job is to remove the blocks that tell us that we are not the higher consciousness, that we are not the love light. And so I did connect with Archangel Metatron, and he explained, how do we do this? How do we remove the blocks? And so first off, you got to identify all the ideas that are limiting, all the ideas that give you that feeling of fear or worry, or telling yourself that it's not possible. Anything is possible. We just need to get that vibration to become a match to it. And so that's why we have challenges in our life, is because we're trying to do things like I said, these projects, do stuff other people tell us, do this, do that, do this, and you will get an end result. But then we're like, why doesn't it work? Why can other people do it and I cannot? It's because we haven't become a vibrational match, and we need to become a vibrational match before we do the action. Because when we do that action from a lower state, we are not going to see that result. We're not going to attract that. It's going to mirror back what we are. So Archangel Metatron was talking about how we need to identify the ideas that keep us limited, the programming, because it's not us. We're not at fault for having these ideas. It's society, and the matrix, and our parents, although they're not at fault, they were taught these things too. It's all just the system that has given us false information, false stories about who we are and what we're capable of. So we need to understand, what is us and what is not. And it's very simple. We are love. We are love. And if there's an idea, if there is a thought, an idea, a belief that is not love, it's not us. So we need to identify that. And then the next step is to pretend, make believe that we are capable, that we are achieving. We need to build that energy, and it's all feeling. How are we feeling? So it's not just a concept, we have to understand it through our energy. So Metatron was talking about pretending, just pretend and make believe and imagine you are capable, and sort of imagine the end result. So there's different ways to do this. Visualization, you've heard of the law of attraction. That's basically what this is. So the thing about the law of attraction is that it doesn't talk about getting rid of the ego, getting rid of these programming. It only talks about imagining and just feeling, having whatever you want. And we need to understand the heart. We need to understand truth of who we are, or that isn't necessarily going to work, or it may work, but then, let's say you do manifest something, but then down the road, it doesn't last. Something else happens because the ego is still there. And the thing is, we will have problems because it's necessary, because we need to be presented with what we are not. It's a mirror to teach us that that's not who we are. We need to identify who we really are. So we can visualize understanding what we are not to understand what we are. And we can also say it, we can share it, we can script it. So I did scripting the other day, and was talking to some people online, and we were share stories as if it had already happened. So, if you're trying to call on a partner, you would say, I met my partner and we are in love and we're going to get married and yada, 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 right? As if you are already having the experience that you want. Say it. I'm using a lot of light language lately, and that has been very high vibrational. You can even use crystals too, to connect with the crystal, feel the crystal, and create that energy, because it's all about energy, really. And to feel that, to really know. So I've got a citrine here. Citrine is very good for your self-esteem and laughter and play, not taking things so seriously. It's very, very uplifting. And so I've been using a lot of citrine, and this crystals are very good for teaching us as well. And we can use these and program these to help us with our manifestation. And basically, to sum this up too, it's just coming to me that we just need to get rid of the muck. So it's like we are the clear water and we just need to clear out the muck. And once we clear out the muck, we can understand so we can flow. And it'll direct us, it'll guide us, and we won't feel the struggle. We feel the struggle because we are identifying with the muck. So we need to de-identify with all this false illusions to get to the truth. And once we understand the truth, it will reflect outward in our environments. And we can be the creators and choose how we want to manifest, how we want that to see in that energy. We become more creators, but we also become discoverers too, because we will be presented with surprises as well. I can almost guarantee that. So yeah, anything less than purity is an illusion. It is not us, and it's not what we are here for. So we are to clear it up, which is all the trauma, the wounds, from the karma, and all the false beliefs that we've been taught and told, all the distractions. And then we will begin to see the flow. So if you are feeling stagnant, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like things are not going the way you want, if you're feeling confused, this is what you need to do, is clear up what isn't serving you. You need to create that energy of who and what you really, really are, to understand more of that. And you can do this, like I said, in multiple ways. You can be more directive and decisive about what you're wanting with the imagining and visualization, sharing, scripting, law of attraction type stuff. Or you can just play more and get into that energy, such as connecting with crystals, programming your water, by putting intentions into it and drinking it, going outside, dancing, connecting with high vibrational music, singing. We want to build up that energy and then use that towards things. So we bypass a lot of this internal sitting with ourselves or working with ourselves to clear ourselves. And this can be seen as shadow work, and it can be seen as inner child work and things like that, soul retrieval type stuff. But it doesn't really have to be that much work. I have done a lot of that. I mean, a lot of that. And it always felt like there was just more and more and more work. And there is still more work I need to do. However, what I've realized is that it's more simple. It's simpler than that. It's recognizing our truth, recognizing that, and not identifying with all these thoughts and ego ideas that we have, all the distractions, and to really come inward into our truth, the power, the empowerment of you are God. You are God, you are a goddess, you're a God, you are spirit itself, you are oneness, you are part of the collective. And anything less than that is not your truth. We are working in this 3D physical space at the moment, but that is not who we are, and we cannot identify with that space. We need to identify with the multi-dimensional level of us. And that's why the heart is so important, is because that's the space of where we can listen to that, where we can hear our higher self, where we can hear the higher consciousness. That is the space of the silence, but the knowing. Sitting with that. for a moment. So on this 21st, on this winter solstice, this is the message I have to offer. Many, many blessings to you, as well as for the holidays, or whatever, if you celebrate or not. I just share with you this message, and much divine truth to you.